Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows, react, recap, review, and for the fun of it. Today we are recapping Love is Blind Season 7, Episode 8, titled Dated Laundry. It starts with Tyler and Ashley planning their wedding, and he wants to be involved in this planning of it to down to the theme, and she asks if he will be fine with her as the main planner and him as her supporter, as it has always been her dream to have her wedding, and she would want it to be like the way she had always wanted it to be, with little to no contribution from him. I think that's the only difference between their relationship and Ramses and Tyler and Marisa's relationship. Marisa does not mind him contributing on their wedding, and she thinks that it's actually cute. It shows that the man is involved in the relationship, and it shows how much involvement will be from coming from the guy's perspective. And Monica and Steven are at the plant shop um, store, and they are going to do a pressed flower workshop, and her dad does not want to be part of the show. And they do the plant pressing, and has all the colors. He followed the color scheme, and the lady that's helping said that it is his that's better. And she said that it's not a competition, but it was until it was mentioned that hers is not better. And Hannah is meeting Nick's parents, and I assumed that she was actually meeting her parents. Hannah and Nick goes to his home, and he still stays with his parents, and he realizes how this could be negative. He takes her around the house, and he lives in the basement, and he is a Christian. Is Yeah, he suggests that they will move in to the basement together after they get married. She suggests that she would rather have him move in with her than stay with his parents. And I'm wondering, how will she pay her bills if if they move into her apartment? Because I don't know if this guy's realtor career has been booming, or that I know that with realtor in other countries you can make money immediately, but I don't know if it will work out like that for him, because he has just started. Even though he didn't give us a time frame, he said that he has moved into his parents' house for the past 2 years. And did he start working as a realtor in 2 years, for the past 2 years, or not? We don't know. Marisa and Ramses are meeting up with her three friends, and he still talks about his morals and how he stands with the military. Mind you, he knows that the people he's meeting up with have been in the military. And he talks about how he stands with people who have been affected by the US imperialism. And this is part of the reason why he couldn't date someone who's in the military. And the girls ask how he's planning on navigating this. Should they have kids? What moral values are they going to teach their kids? And from their answer, it seems like they will teach their kids about the positive and negatives of being in the military and the US imperialism. And he doesn't want his fiancée to hide the fact that she was in the military, or not to be proud about it. Their friends wish them well. I also wish them well, because sometimes these type of things could impact how their relationship will work. And also the fact that Ramses comes from marriage, maybe he can see that these are the type of things that could lead to a divorce, and no one wants to get married and then divorce.
Then we move to Alex and Tim, and they are at her apartment, and they have her parents there and her brothers there, and they are grilling meat. And She goes in to explain the experiment to her parents and her brothers, and they seemed more natural than the other two couples that have met the parents. And he came in and talked about what he has done in life, what he's currently doing for a living as well. And her dad said that he is doing well. And he said he connected with her because he explained how he has lost his two sisters and they were both emotional. So that is how they formed their relationship, and she seemed fine with the explanations. So this is her mom. But I think that she should have gone deeper, like in terms of try and find out who, how did you choose her amongst the other people? Did you try explaining the same situation? Because his situation is sad. Anyone would have cried about him losing his two siblings and his sisters like that. And when the dad finally got a chance, he asked when they finally got a chance with him and Tim, he asked her dad for a hand in marriage. He read him the same letter that he read to Alex before in the pause, and her dad granted them his wishes, and he welcomes him in the family as his son, and the whole family is happy for them. They are hugging, and you can see that even Alex is more relaxed now. I think she really meant it when she said if her dad says no, she won't marry him. Taylor and Garrett are walking into her apartment, and she explains to him that this is like a house that she stays in, and she has been staying there for the past 6 months. And she takes him throughout the whole basement, and it looks better than Nick's basement house. And they are discussing why who will be doing the moving between the two of them. And now Taylor's man is no longer keeping on to the moving to San Diego because now he has his parents telling him that he needs to move closer. If they have kids, they want to see their kids as well and stuff like that. So he has the pressure from outside. So yeah, and this is part of the show. And she says he could look into staying in San Diego for like 6 months to see how it will work. And he says, yeah, he would look into that. But now I'm questioning Garrett's thinking process and wondering if he isn't between jobs or if his job is very flexible. Because I tried to see how far are these cities that he wants to move to from DC, and how did he apply to get into Love is Blind DC when he has these ideas of wanting to move far away? Because as much as Taylor is the one that could work, that needs to be in DC because she works for the government, or she works for consulting house that consults for the government. But how did he get into this show? Because you can't want to uproot someone to somewhere as that far from DC, as much as even San Diego is still far, but it's like that's where her family is. And he applied for a show that is not so close to his town. I am not getting these things that's going on in their relationship. But anyway, and I wonder if he's actually being honest about, yeah, he'll give the 6 month thing a chance. And we move to Monica and Steven. And Steven has lost his job. He went to the show knowing very well that there's a chance of him losing a job. He went on this show as a man with knowing very well he might lose a job. Like, who did he think was going to take care of him? Okay, I don't understand the American economy or the climate there in terms of the work environment. Do people just drop jobs today and get a new job tomorrow in the same space? Like, do they have a lot of openings? What is happening? And I like Monica's approach to this. I think Monica is very reserved because she's taking it kindly, and she says the longest this guy has told her that he has stayed without a job was 1 week and a half. So maybe they do need electricians a lot in that DC. And she jokes and says that she's going to be his sugar mama, and he says that he wouldn't mind to be the one that services her. The way he's so into intimacy, this guy, he's always ready, and maybe he's exploring some of his kinkiness with her, because some of the things that he said after that conversation, it just went south very quickly. Maybe he had a kink for black women, and then when he found that Monica is black, then he started making a story about him being 10% black. And they start talking about how she has withdrawn from the dead, since he said that he is hesitant about getting married. And instead of talking about that, he just goes and talks about the deed and how women want it, how different women want it. And then she says she knows how she wants it. She is not interested in having it on her behind. She wants it where it's supposed to be happening for other normal couples. And then he goes on a tangent about how he compares the pain of giving birth and how it is for women and how it is common. It is like a common cold for men. And Monica can't believe her ears. And I see why she said she doesn't like this guy talking too much, because it reveals a lot about his character. He's somehow, and he says that he will want to be pegged. And I'm not judging, it's his preference. I mean, as long as Monica is cool with it, but she doesn't seem like she is. Hey, Hannah and Nick. Hannah is discussing the rules with Nick around the house. This was after she cleaned the apartment, and she was not happily cleaning it. She was just taking that, oh, I cleaned yesterday, but you can't believe how dirty it is today. And I'm like, that's what normally happens if you stay in a place that's quite small and you have a dog. So you have to clean every day. I don't get it. And she was telling Nick that they must start sharing responsibilities in the house, and that also includes her dog. And he must do his task without getting told to do so. And she just keeps going at him about these things that he needs to know as a 28 years old man. And I get her. They even start talking about investments and stocks and stuff like that. And I don't think that conversation was necessary, or how she had it is necessary. I think this lady is realizing that with Nick she's marrying down, and that is the reason why she's being rude to him. I think there's always a way of approaching anything, even the most uncomfortable conversation, and this is not one of them. She's just being not kind to him. The way she's talking to him, she's talking to him like an investor, or a boss will talk to you, not how a partner would talk to their partner. Even if she was a man, I would still consider this as being rude, because I don't get it. And he says that he doesn't know anything about stocks, and he says that so as much as he's saying he doesn't know anything about stocks, he also says that people lose money when they invest in stocks, so he knows something. And I wonder why, instead of talking about stocks, why she didn't ask him about his savings. Start with something small, and because she thinks that he doesn't think too much about it. And I'm not saying that he should have had savings, but if he had a successful career in sports, then he should have at least something of his own, and knows how a 401k works, and like how they will invest your money, just basic knowledge on things. I guess this is why she thinks she's more intelligent than him. Ashley and Tyler meet up with her, Ashley's dad, and they start discussing about what attracted him to Ashley. And then he tells her dad that he feels safe around her and the fact that he can be vulnerable. And he asks questions around whether he's ready to get married. And he says that he is ready. So Ashley's dad tries and explain what marriage looks like to Tyler and how it works, and the fact that once one is married does not only think about themselves. And he says that he understands that and he knows how marriage works and all of that. And also they talk about Ashley's dad asked Ashley if she is also ready to get married and what attracted her to Tyler, and she says the same thing around vulnerability and safety. And then Tyler asks her dad for blessings to get married, and then he gives them their blessings. And he's a bit emotional about this because this is his only daughter, and he asked Tyler not to play with his daughter. And yeah, and that's how the meeting ended. Next thing is Monica and Taylor. They are in Monica's apartment and Steven's apartment, and they're talking about how Steven was out last night doing a sleep test. And I wonder if this test, so he did it to get paid. It was part of payment because he's in between jobs from what he said. He's not employed currently. So maybe this was part of whatever he had to make money to do. And Monica tells him about that story that he was trying to explain to him in Cabo about in a year or two, women will start DMing him and to sleep with him. And then she is trying to comfort Monica and all of that because Monica has found out that Steven is cheating. He has been DMing another woman, and that has been come to light. She read the messages in his phone about the fetishes and kings and him flirting with another women. And I don't even know why she is shocked. I understand the pain, but this shocking shouldn't be a shocking thing because he did say that in his previous relationship he cheated, and in a similar type of thing and she didn't question him. She didn't try and understand how he has dealt with it, how he'll move past it. Like, I want to feel sorry for her because it's sad, but I also think that he did tell her the type of man he is, and she decided to go with it. From what we have seen, they didn't show us the part where she asked how he's he dealing with it, how is therapy going to help him with this thing. And like, him just cheating is not surprising to me. At least he did it while they are in this show, not outside where we'll find out. We wouldn't have proper details in terms of how it happened, and they showed us here. And I hope this is Monica letting this whole thing. Monica will let this guy go because he's just not good. The things he says are out of line. Now he's cheating, and I don't think they are compatible anyway because she kept saying that she's is not her type and she was settling. If we look at it properly without thinking, if we look at it properly thinking beyond the Love is Blind, they wouldn't have met. So, and they're not compatible according to me. And she wants better for herself. This man is comfortable with the way his life is going, and yeah, and he struggles. And Steven comes in. I thought he was out. I didn't notice that while Tyler was there, he was also around in the same place. So he comes in and sit next to her, and they start talking, and she says, please Venmo me the money that I have sent to you, after he tries to apologize. Even the apology is so empty. Like, I wonder, when he thinks with these long lines of thinking, why doesn't he try and comes up with a proper apology in terms of what has happened and explain this thing? Because he can really talk, but now he can't talk and explain what has happened. I don't think he's even regretting what he has done. And the reason why I say his apology is empty is because when she keeps and try to understand what is going on, she just keeps saying, yeah, you are right, yeah, I have wronged you. Like, that's not an apology. That's you saying that you acknowledge that you've been caught. That's it. And she says, okay, it's fine. And then he says, it's fine, he'll move out. Maybe he'll go to that woman's house that he was drunk and sleep texting with. I don't get it. I feel like maybe even the sleep test did not even happen. You just went out. Because how do they allow him to be drunk and doing the sleep test? Was that part of the sleep test procedures? What is happening with this man's life? Anyway, he agrees to Venmo Monica her money, and he apologized for coming to the show, for proposing to her. And anyway, and Taylor and Garrett comfort Monica. I mean, yes. And lucky for Monica, this whole DM cheating happened before she could marry him, before he met her dad, and have gone for too long. If I were to speculate, I would say maybe in Cabo he started texting other women, and that's why she was busy cutting him off in conversations, and that's why he was also telling Taylor that people will be DMing him. It's because he knew the type of person he is, and that he was going to, what he was planning to do to Monica. So yeah, I think that's part of the reason why he cheated even in this case. And maybe he wanted out because at one point he was not sure of whether he'll marry her or not. So probably this was his easy way out. And thank you guys for watching this recap. Please comment, like this video, and subscribe to Reality React. See you guys in the next recap.